Well, here we are, the wee hours of the morning. I've been up for a couple of hours. I can't sleep much. I wake up off and on. Sometimes I get up. I've probably been up off and on 4 or 5 times already. Walk me pup and me dog and the cat. I had to walk myself for that matter. I had to go to the laboratory. Do me business. Anyway, here's one for you. Now, I've told this in probably 25 states, Canada, and a few other countries. So, you might have heard it before. There was a young lad in his teens. His family moved, and he's at the new school, and he hears about this girl. She supposedly got the softest lips at school. So he asked around. She finds out who she is. He asked her out. They go on a date. They're in the back seat. They're kissing away. He raises up and says, "Why, you know what they say about you having the moistest lips. It's true. You truly have moist lips." And she replies, "Thanks." I don't know if that came across right. I couldn't get it done right. Sometimes I can and sometimes I can't. It's supposed to be like that, you know. Anyway, hey, tonight's thing is about coppers. You ever get pulled over by a copper? They will ask you questions. They're not supposed to ask you. There's actual rules, laws, and just... I don't know what you call some of it. It's not necessarily laws, or I guess it'd be just under rules or general principle. They're not supposed to ask you. Either they're direct rules against it or implications that they're not. Like, for instance, they'll ask you, "What's your social security number?" Well, in a lot of states, let me back that up a bit. I don't know how many states, so let's just say in some states and some countries, your driver's license number is your social security number. Now, and then there's a lot of states it's not. If your social security number is not on your driver's license, either as the driver's license number or someplace on it, they're not supposed to ask you. The DMV will tell you in your home state, a driver's license is to be run as issued by the state in which you issued it. If it's not on there, they're not to ask you. I recently had that confrontation with the officer. He didn't like that. I told him that it's supposed to be run as issued by the state in which you issued it, the license. If it's not on there, you're not to ask it. He didn't say another word. Didn't question that. So that tells me he knew that he wasn't supposed to be asking me. So he starts asking me for a mobile number. I didn't give him that either. Now, it's not clear. I've checked a couple of sources, and I already knew this, but it's not really clear whether or not there's a law against them asking you for your mobile number. However, there's no law that legally obligates you to give it to them. So, to me, it's pretty much the same. So if I'm not obligated by law to give them a number, I'm probably well not giving them my number. And they got no reason for it. If I'm not under arrest, they just pulled me over for, 5 miles over the speed limit or some stupid shot, then I'm not giving it to them. And they will ask you all kinds of questions, trying to find something to get you for. And giving you time limits that there's no time limit on. And asking you things like, where are you going? Where you been? What are you doing? Where you work? If you're not under arrest and being questioned, they have no legal right to know any of this. Where you work? No, they got no legal right to know that for a traffic violation. So don't tell them. or give them whatever answer you want. Self-employed. Because all these questions violate your right to privacy. There are laws that protect your right to privacy. Your employment is your personal business. Your mobile number is your personal business. Your social security number is your personal business. I can't find anybody who can exactly point it out, but I'm pretty sure because I heard of it years ago. And I don't know really where to find this information. Maybe somebody else can find it. I'm not all that astute at some things, but or have the time or the means in which to do it. That there was a federal law that's never been took off the books here in America. It says it's illegal to ask the person for the social security number. Maybe somebody can find that out. But if it's never been took off the book, there's that. But anyway, they don't have a right to know if you're just being stopped for 5 miles over the speed limit or some stupid shot. To know where you work, or where you live, or well, that's on your license. But I mean, like, if that's where you come from, I come from home. Well, it's none of their business if you come from home, or you came from Kroger's. So they asked all kinds of questions, fishing for some way to get you for something else other than what they stopped you for. And so they try to get you for multiple things, multiple tickets. They don't want just one thing. Oh, you're 5 miles over the speed. No, they want to throw on everything they can. So that's why they're asking you. And then they want to find, if they can come back on you some point in time and go, oi, remember the day I stopped you? Because your social security number, your telephone number, or something else, they've asked you. Come back on you for something else. So don't give up your freedoms. And I checked, and with the DMV in a couple of places, there is no set time limit on you finding, for instance, your driver's license. When they ask you for your driver's license, you can bloody well take your time. There's no time limit set that you have in order to find it, or your insurance papers, or your registration, or anything else paper-wise. There's no time limit on finding it. And basically, when they ask for that stuff, ow, but my, damn, it hurt. Sorry about that. I got a bone moving in. Well, anyway, I got an injury. Acts up. Got to be mindful of that, and I'm not mindful of that. But anyway, where were we? Bloody hell. I know I was talking about that. Traffic stops, blah, 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 time limit. Well, there's no time limit on finding yourself. Oh, papers. When they're asking you for your insurance papers, for instance, and your registration. Let's go with the registration first. They've done ran your plates, so they don't know whether or not your tag's valid to that vehicle, valid as an in date. So there's no real purpose of asking you for your papers, other than your papers confirming that their computer has been programmed properly. Right proper. Now, I don't think it's my job to prove that somebody programmed the computer right proper. Is it yours? Same thing with the insurance paper. They know from your tag that your vehicle is insured or not. It's in the state records. There's no purpose for asking you for that, other than to confirm that their state records are right. Well, if a copper don't think the records are right, how is it my job to prove it? To prove that their state hasn't mucked up something in the records. That's not my job. That's some computer programmer job. not mine. So anyway, don't give them any information you don't have to. They will find a way to muck you over, screw you. And like I said, it's not my job to prove that their computers are right. So take care, be careful, don't give them anything you don't have to. Check the laws in your state and other states you're traveling to. Because like I says, they'll try to find a way to get you for something. And they'll ask you questions sometimes 2, 3, 4 different ways and try to trip you up. I've had it done. Same question, just do it differently. You know, they're tricky bastards and deceitful. There's no law. I guess there's no law. I always thought there would be some kind of rules and regulations to their conduct, but apparently not, because they just do what they want. But because they'll lie to you or use deceptive practices in order to try to trick you into something. Now, they serve some good purposes, but lying and tricking a person who's just trying to go about their way, I don't think they should be doing that. Anyway, take care. Hope you enjoyed the joke and all that, and you have a fine day. Ta-ta, toodaloo, tally-ho. And as they say in America, adios.